Hello and welcome to Precon Decon, the video series where I deconstruct the pre-constructed decks of Magic the Gathering's history. In this video we're carrying on with Dark Ascension and we're going to look at Relentless Dead, which is the blue and black deck. Let's look at the deck list. So we got 24 creatures, 4 instants, 1 artifact, 4 enchantments, 3 sorceries, 24 land, and we've got a mana curve off to the side there. So let's dive in and start looking at the deck. So yeah, it's blue-black zombies, which is pretty interesting. Last time we saw blue-black zombies was all the way back in Alara Reborn, when it was where it was one of the intro packs there, which was pretty interesting. But Innistrad really doubled down on blue-black zombies, which is cool. I like them. Right, anyway, let's talk about the foil face rare. Havengul Runebinder, 2 and 2 blue for a 2/2. 2 and a blue, tap, exile a creature card from your graveyard. You make a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Then you put a 1/1 counter on every zombie creature you control. So this is a pretty strong effect, I feel. Because I guess the thing with the blue-black Innistrad zombies, I feel like there weren't that many effects that cared about getting your dead zombies back. Like I guess, like Gravedigger or just normal kind of raised dead effects. But there was a lot of overlap in using creatures in your graveyard as a resource to make sort of zombie tokens, or like to power out different zombies, or like as it was additional casting cost, that kind of thing. Which was kind of the flavor that blue zombies were kind of like the Frankenstein zombies that were kind of stitched together from dead bodies. That was kind of the flavor of Innistrad. So this ability, I think, is I think it's pretty good. Especially for casual kitchen table magic. To get rid of a creature from your graveyard, you make a token, and which then gets a +1/+1 counter. So at the very least, this is making a 3/3, I suppose, at instant speed for 3 mana. But in reality, it's going to do, I think, a lot more, because it's sort of going to give all your other zombies a +1/+1 counter as well. So yeah, I think pretty good start, I think. So then we have 2 Diagraph Captains. So 1 a blue and a black for a 2/2. This was really interesting because each of the ally combinations all got a captain, as far as I can remember. I think green-white got one. Did it? I can't remember. But definitely there was a zombie one, there's definitely a spirit one, and there was what was the black? A vampire one, yes, of course. And then the green-red one was the Immer Wolf, which meant your werewolves didn't transform back into humans. And I can't remember if there was a green-white captain now. If not, I've made a fool of myself. I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me. Anyway, Diagraph Captain. 1 blue-black is one of these tribal captains, 2/2, has Death Touch, so just being 3 mana for a 2/2 Death Touch is fine, I think. Then it gives all your other zombies +1/+1. And then whenever another zombie you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life. So it's doing a lot for 3 mana, I feel. Just the anthem effect is really, really strong. This is the thing about zombies. There are so many zombie lords. It's crazy. It's so many zombie like anthem effects. It's really quite something. So yeah, this is like a really strong card, obviously. That the extra effect as well, when a zombie dies, you make an opponent lose life. Yeah, really strong. Really, really good card to include. Really happy there's 2 of them actually as well, because this is a card I could see them being stingy with and just having the 1. And then we have 2 Abattoir Ghoul, so 3 and a black for a 3/2 first strike, which is an odd ability to see on a mono black creature, but not unheard of. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Abattoir Ghoul this turn dies, you gain life equal to the creature's toughness. Yep, so chop up creatures and get some life. So yeah, I think it's pretty okay. Just being a 3/2 first strike, I think is pretty tasty, and it's not something you would expect in a blue-black deck. 2 Farbog Boneflingers, so 4 and a black for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets -2/-2 till end turn, so a little expensive. And it's not even a guaranteed kill. I suppose it's all right. I don't think it would have. I don't think it would have been terrible to. Excuse me. I don't think it would have been terrible to bump this up to -3/-3, but I don't know. It's okay. 2 Diagraph Ghoul, 1 black mana for a 2/2. It comes into play tapped, so yeah, I suppose it's fine. Good turn 1 drop, I suppose. A single Ghoul Raiser, 1 and 2 black for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, return a zombie card at random from your graveyard to your hand. And you do have ways of kind of manipulating what way to go back, because you have got some ways of exiling stuff from your graveyard, but it's just like I just would have preferred Gravedigger, you know, because like Gravedigger would essentially be the same, because as opposed to 1 and double black, it would be 3 and 1 black. It's not limited to what creature type you can get back, and you get to choose. Like this is just, in my opinion, this is just like worse Gravedigger. I'm such a stan for Gravedigger. And then 2 black cat, 1 and a black for a 1/1. When it dies, target opponent discards a card at random. So this is like this is such a big deterrent, right, to attack into, because it's only a 1/1, but no one wants to kill it because no one wants to discard a card at random. And you know, I've played this in decks and I've seen people go to like quite a lot of lengths to avoid killing the black cat, which is really funny actually. And then 3 Screeching Scabs, 1 in the blue for a 2/1. When it ends the battlefield, you mill 2, which is fine because you actually want stuff in your graveyard, because some of your stuff cares about exiling stuff from graveyard, like we had the Rune Binder, but also the blue zombies, which we're sort of going to move on look at now. So we have a single Scab Goliath, so 5 in a blue for a 6/9. As an additional cost to cast it, you have to exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard, which is, you know, a pretty big ask, and it has trample. But you know, it's that additional cost can be pretty, you know, can be difficult to meet. But then you are getting a 6/9 trample for 6 mana. So in blue, especially as well, which is yeah, obviously a hard rate to beat sometimes. So yeah, I think it's okay. Definitely something to work towards. You definitely want to try and set it up so you could drop this turn 6. That would be great. And then we've got like the other blue zombies. So Headless Scab is 2 in a blue for a 3/6. As additional cost to cast it, you have to exile a creature card from your graveyard. It ends battlefield tapped, but it has obviously got like a really big booty, so it's like a really good blocker. Makeshift Mauler is 4 mana for a 4/5, which is really well costed, but again, you have to exile a creature card from a graveyard when you cast it. And then we have Stitch Drake, which is 1 and 2 blue for a 3/4 fly, which again is like a really good rate, but again, you have to exile a creature card from your graveyard. So I really like these blue zombies. There is obviously a lot of risk reward to them as well. The reward being you're getting a really good creature for like a good for a cheap mana cost, and in blue as well. The risk being that like if it gets bounced back to your hand, it's like it's such a pain to try and cast it again because you might have exiled. You got to wait for something to be in your graveyard so you can exile it and cast it again. So yeah, interesting. I like it. And then we had these just some vanilla zombies which are in here for some reason. A single Rotting Fen Snake, just 4 mana for a 5/1. Sure, 2 Walking Corpses, which is black bears basically, and 2 Zombie Goliath has somehow returned to haunt me. Like after being in pretty much all the Zendikar decks and stuff, Zombie Goliath has somehow returned. But yeah, fine. This is something to discard and exile to play something better. So the other rare of the deck, which is from Innistrad, the previous set, Endless Ranks of the Dead. This is pretty spicy, I think. So 2 and 2 black for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put X 2/2 black zombies, zombie tokens into play, where X is half the number of zombies you control round down. So it's a really nice thing of like, even if you don't even if you aren't casting other zombie spells, even if you have like kind of just 1 or 2, this is gonna like keep multiplying itself, which is really nice because first you might put down like 2 tokens, and then it might be then 3 tokens, and then suddenly you've got 5 out, so then it's another 3 tokens, and it can really start snowballing out of control. So yeah, I really like Endless Ranks of the Dead. It's fun card. 2 dead weights, 1 black mana, just to give something -2/-2, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Kill a small creature or weaken a big one. A single zombie infestation, so 1 in the black. So this is a way of how you can get creature cards into your graveyard. Enchantment, you discard 2 cards and you make a zombie creature token. So you're kind of doing the 2 things you want to do in the second area, which is discarding stuff into your graveyard, ready for your scabs to exile them, and you're making zombie tokens, which is perfect to get all your zombie synergies. So yeah, this is perfect, and it can be done at instant speed, and it doesn't require any mana. So pretty strong, really good reprint actually. I think this was from Odyssey block, which obviously cared about. It might be Odyssey, it might have been Onslaught. I think it's probably Onslaught because obviously that was what the zombies were on the main tribe there, I think. And again, someone will probably correct me. It's definitely from that era of the game. And then we have a single Moan of the Unhallowed, 2 and 2 black. You just make 2 zombie tokens, and it has flashback for 5 and 2 black. Yeah, again, just make some zombie tokens, sure. and then Reap the Seagraph, 2 and a black to make a single zombie token, and you can flashback for 4 and a blue. So these are basically doing exactly the same thing, aren't they? I would say Mona the Unhallowed is better, just because it's making 2 tokens per casting rather than Reap the Seagraph, which is only 1 cheaper, only makes 1 zombie, but obviously there's a difference there of common and uncommon. And then a single Cellar Door, 2 colors for an artifact, 3 and tap. Target player puts the bottom card of their library into their graveyard. If it's a creature card, you make a 2/2 zombie token. So this is a really interesting effect. I talked about this card a bit in a previous deck review. I can't remember which one it was at the top of my head, but I say it's a pretty interesting effect because you don't usually care about the bottom card of the deck. Like that's not a card you're probably not gonna see in the game anyway. So this is something you want to do on yourself. Get it into your graveyard. Maybe it's a creature that you can then exile with the scab, and if it is, then it makes a zombie as well, which is again what the deck wants to be doing. So yeah. And then just a few spells to close us off. So single Corpse Lunge, 2 and a black as additional cost to cast Corpse Lunge, exile a creature card from your graveyard. It does damage equal to the exiled card's power to target creature. So this is actually a nice use for all your actually this is good use for Rotting Fen Snake and Zombie Goliath, I suppose, just to do quite a lot of damage, I suppose. 2 Forbidden Alchemies, 2 and a blue. You look at the top 4 cards of your library, 1 into hand and the rest into your graveyard. So, yep, so like dig for 4, pick the one you want, which might be one of your better zombies, and then rest into the graveyard where you probably want them anyway. And it's got flashbacks, so you can do it again. This is actually, I think, really powerful as a common to be able to do this, and it has flashback. Yeah, it's doing a lot. A single negates to counter a non-creature spell, and then weirdly, it's got Evolving Wilds, which is weird because I don't think any of the Dark Ascension decks do, and they're all dual color. I don't know why this one was chosen to get the Evolving Wilds, but I'm fine with it. Also, really like this art in Evolving Wilds. Just Innistrad art is just love it. And then 10 Lions and 12 Swamps. So, what could have been? Well, I know I've not represented here. It definitely needs I feel like it definitely needs more actual solid removal. Because really what you've got is the Farbog Boneslinger, which is just -2/-2. You've got Deadweight, which is -2/-2. And Corpse Lunge, which is reliant on a sacrifice creature powers. There's no just straight up. There's not a Doomblade in here, and I feel like that. It's weird to have a blue-black deck which doesn't have a really solid removal, I suppose. But if we're going to talk about more cards that are more on theme, like zombies and stuff, so I thought Geralf's Mind Crusher instead of the Runebinder. So it's 4 and 2 blue for 5/5. When it ends the battlefield, a player mills 5, and it's got an Undying. So if it dies, it comes back. We looked at Undying a lot in the last deck. So yeah, I thought this could have been okay, but I think the Runebinder is perfect because it's gives a nice board wide boost. Relentless Scabs is just another one of these scabs card that requires exiling something. It's 3 and 2 blue for 4/4, and it has Undying, so you kind of get 2 uses out of it, I suppose. And as an alternate rare, maybe Zombie Apocalypse. So 3 and 3 black. Return all zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, which is essentially a mass reanimation. Then destroy all humans, which is a lovely little snippet of rules text there. Yeah, this could have been okay. Maybe instead of this would have been instead of the Endless Ranks of the Dead. But Endless Ranks of the Dead is so consistently good. But this is also fun, obviously, because it's a big flashy sorcery. So yeah, I think either would have been fine ultimately. But yeah, definitely needed. I feel like more solid removal options because it feels like a bit. I don't know, a bit. I wasn't gonna say weak. Weak is too strong a word, but it doesn't feel like it's got much. It's just kind of making zombies a lot and kind of doing that, which I guess fits the theme of it's a horde of zombies. But man, it wouldn't have hurt to have some actual solid removal, even just a couple of Doomblades or something wouldn't have hurt. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the deck after looking. If you've got any thoughts, stories, comments, opinions about the deck, please stick a comment below. Always like that. But we're back next time. We're going to look at the last Dark Ascension intro pack. But until then, thanks for watching and listening. Have a great day.